Hi, it's Saman Hosseini. In this video, I want to show you a welding simulation I built for P91 steel. P91 is a strong steel used in power plants. When you weld it, the metal goes through a phase change into martensite, changes the stress that stays inside the part after welding. I modeled all of this in Abaqus using my own user subroutines. Let me walk you through it. This work is based on two papers. The first one is the P91 study by Young and his team. This is the main paper I used for my model. The second one by Chen and his team is where I took the modeling method and the workflow from it. Why is this phase change so important? When P91 cools down after welding, the steel turns into martensite. And this is not only a change in the metal, it does four things at the same time. It releases heat. It makes the metal grow in size. It changes the strength of the steel like yield strength, and it adds extra plasticity. All of this feedback into the temperature and the stress. So if you run a normal welding simulation and you ignore this phase change, your stress result will be wrong. That is the main reason I built this model. Let me explain the basic idea with two simple pictures. Here you see a strain against temperature. When the metal heats up, it grows. When it cools, it should shrink back along this dashed line. But the phase change adds two extra strains: a volume expansion here and transformation plasticity. On the right curves, you see what this does to the residual stress. Normally, cooling leaves a high tensile stress, but the expansion from the phase change pushes that stress down. And the timing matters a lot. If the change happens late at low temperature like martensite in P91, the low stress gets locked in. This is exactly why I controlled the martensite start temperature ms. Now, how did I build this in Abaqus? The heart of the model is the total strain. I split it into 5 parts: the normal, elastic, plastic, and thermal strains, plus 2 new ones from the phase change: the volume strain and the transformation plasticity. Each part is handled by its own user subroutine. Deflux moves the welding heat source. USDFLD follows the temperature and the phase change. Heat valve adds the heat from the phase change. U-expand adds the volume growth. U-hard handles the strength change and the plasticity. The diagram shows how they all work together. Now let me explain the model in simple steps. Firstly, the solver reads the temperature at every point, at every moment. Secondly, it checks, are we heating or cooling? Heating brings back austenite, cooling makes martensite or bainite. Then it calculates how much new phase has formed. The colder it gets below ms, the more martensite will get. After that, it adds extra strains, the volume grows and the transformation plasticity. After that, it adds the extra strains, the volume grows and transformation plasticity. Finally, it puts everything together and updates the stress. This loop repeats again and again. until the part is fully cooled. Let's look at the results. Here you can see the von Mises across the weld, comparing two cases which is belong to the paper. When I include the phase change, the peak stress drops and the stress spreads out. This is a real and useful effect. When I include the phase change, the peak stress drops and the stress spreads out. This is a real and useful effect. Because I modeled it, I can also improve the process by preheating, by changing the martensite start temperature, and by controlling the temperature between weld passes. It can be done in different cases, which both papers paid attention to this matter. And this is not only for P91. The same model is a strong base for fitness for service, fatigue, and fracture studies. A model is only useful if you can trust it. So I compared my result with a published paper. On the left is the paper result, on the right is my own simulation. As we can see, both results reach around 500 megapascals. The stress sits near the weld and fall to 0 at the edges. So my model follows the same trend as the paper. I also placed the contour plots side by side so you can compare them directly, which is for phase change. If you buy this P91 welding package, you get more than one model. You also get a bonus, a complex pattern model made by wire arc additive manufacturing. It includes the phase change and both thermal and mechanical analysis. So you get two things together: a simple validated model and a more advanced real-world case. If you would like a discount code or you want to work with me on additive manufacturing simulation, just send me a message on WhatsApp. One last thing before you go, I'm always open to work together. I help with industrial simulation projects in Abaqus and ANSYS and so on. I collaborate on research papers and I support students with their theses and projects. If any of this is helpful to you, send me a message on WhatsApp or Telegram. Here you can see the number. I will be happy to help. Thanks for watching this video. Until the next video, bye bye.